What is up, my friends? Jesse here with Just Man Sports Cards at the Elk Grove Card Show. It's 10:30. It should have opened 30 minutes ago, and the line is packed. And there's not a single parking spot in this whole entire spot. So this place is probably bumping. We'll find out. Hopefully the line is not too long to wait in. Room 1, just as I walk in. There's another big room. This one goes back really far, so we'll check it out. So this is one thing I'm not crazy about. It just isn't enough room. Juan has a habit of doing this. It's just too tight. Bill Cartwright. Pretty cool. Second room. Maybe a little bigger room. Last room was like 70% Pokemon, so we'll see how this one is. That's cool. Man, you don't see a lot of this stuff very often.
Do you do videos?
Yeah, I do. Not Instagram, YouTube.
You should do the video on the
Goudies, 53 Manuals, Hank Aaron's, Satchel Paige, Willie Mays. Cool cards. Mente. I mean, this is an aisle. This is kind of a joke. The dealers are bitching about it. It's a bad setup. That one's fine, but there's a couple back here that just are horrible. I'd be pretty pissed as a dealer. It sucks as a patron too. It's 12:35. I went out to get some water, and there's still a line to get in. I think it's hard for people to move in and out of the facility just because it takes so long to get down the rows. So there probably could be like better traffic in and out if they improve the roads. I just ran into Juan, fantastic guy. I think this is just one of the challenges of setting up and how do you sell the right amount of tables and everything. I already have my band, so I can just walk in. I do have food here, which is cool. Goat cheese penny sandwiches, kind of in the corner. I think that helps out a lot. Okay, so we'll do my pickups and my thoughts on the card show today. So my first pickup, Bill Cartwright was there. He didn't have anyone at the table. I asked him how much he wanted for a signed book. He said $20. I thought that was just for the book, but he would sign it right in front of me and inscribe it however I wanted for 20. So took him up on it. If you're gonna hustle like that, I will appreciate the hustle and give you $20. So we'll get into the cards. So as you saw from the videos, the show is quite crowded. I think it could have been a lot better flow if the tables had been spread apart better. You probably would have had to sell one less row. So you're probably talking about six less tables. Say they went for $200 a pop. That's $1,200 for, yeah, right, 1,200, and then for two rooms you're talking about 2,400. So that's a pretty big hit to the um, promoter, 2,400. So I get it, but for me the experience of the show sucked. So I actually will not be going back. I've made a decision. I thought about it on the ride home. I will not be going. Juan's a great guy. I've given the feedback about the rows being too crowded. Obviously, the feedback's not hitting home, and he's doing what he wants, and that's fine. You're allowed to do that as an entrepreneur. I just won't be attending the shows anymore put on by him. So I won't be doing Elk Grove, Auburn, and he does a couple other shows, and they're always way too cramped, and the experience isn't good. Uh, so there's the feedback there. So I would call the show a C minus. A lot of Pokemon. Nothing anyone can do about that. That is what it is. It's just what's popular now. That's who's buying tables and selling stuff. The prices of the cards. I see this is just people carry a lot of the same inventory and they don't mark it appropriately. And then they just carry it from show to show to show to show to show. And for example, maybe it's like a PSA 9 of something I'm interested in. You look up the value on Card Ladder or just what they're going for eBay. They go for 25, $30 and it's marked at 60. And it's just like you don't even want to throw an offer at it if you're even interested because it's that far apart. And I get that it's not easy to reprice all your stuff, but I've set up and it's just part of what you have to do if you want to move cards. If something's going for 25 or 30, market for 40, maybe you get the 40 or you negotiate down to 35 or the 30, but you can't be at 60 and expect to move cards. So still seeing a lot of that. Some people were willing and dealing and moving cards at the price that they're selling at, and they always do well. Anyways, we'll get into my pickups. Feel free to holler below if you had more questions. I did some 50-cent digging as well. I just enjoy doing that and trying to learn about stumbling into stuff and looking up the values and seeing and learning essentially. So I picked all these up. I forget, they're 2003. Is that the year on them? 2000. So these typically go for like $2, around $2. Got them for 50 cents. Get them onto ComC. I'm going to do a ComC video. I have a lot of thoughts there. I'm one of their top sellers, or I rank in like the top 20% or something like that. So bought them for 50 cents, upload them for 50 cents, $1, sell them for $2. They take a 10% take. That's $1.80. I make 80 cents. Not really like worth your time or whatever, but I'm at the card show and I'm learning about cards. So kind of is what it is. Same here. It's like a $2 card and gold signature. There's one sitting on eBay for like $3, but there's just people that collect rare stuff like this, and it seems crazy if it's just sitting in a box. I was going to give this because Bill Cartwright, he had cards laid out that he would sign in. So I was just going to give this to him as a solid. I found it's members only, so a fairly rare card of his. And I thought that'd be cool if someone could have it signed and it would be there. But he was gone by the time I went back. So maybe I'm probably not going to keep that book. I'll probably just sell it on eBay, maybe at cost. I'm going to just slip this into the book and then it'll be a nice little extra. Or if you really want that book for the $20 and you're willing to pay for shipping, I will ship it to you. Just holler. Jordan stuff, 2001, 2002. I actually really enjoy learning about it. Haven't talked about it much on the channel, but I believe there's a lot of hidden value in his 01, 02 stuff. It's Wizard stuff. But but some of it is extremely, extremely, extremely rare. Um, I think if you're willing to spend the time, you can plunk some dollars there. That it's going to take a minute, but his other stuff is starting to get so expensive that like it will trickle into 0102, which we're playing years. This is going to take a minute. So I will slowly scoop up. I paid $12, which is about market value for this. But then I got to check out the quality of it. So this should grade like, and just looking at like an 8 or a 9. Which for this card, a Jordan insert, maybe, yeah, this should be an 8 or a 9. So you think $12 for a Jordan insert? You just say that it sounds crazy, but the 0102 stuff doesn't do well. So that's my thoughts on the show. Just too crowded. There's plenty of shows. If you're looking for a show to go to, there's the Sacramento one next week. That's one of my favorite ones. I would recommend it. Tables are laid out, way more space to move around. The two Steves that run that do an immaculate job. They don't appear to be like that money hungry where they're squeezing in another 8 tables just to make it super crowded and unpleasant for the patrons. So yeah, there's plenty of other shows, and this kind of what I've started to do is just take a stand on certain things that I'm willing to put up with or not put up with. This one scratched the itch as well. I ran into Ryan, who does the Stars card channel. So it's good to talk to him. I had never talked to him in person. I didn't realize he was in the California area. The sports card radio people were there. I didn't talk to them. I've talked to him in the past. And the Trike, his real name's Troy. I bumped into him. I bumped into some people that were set up as dealers that have bought cards from me before. So it's kind of good in that way, that you run into some of your card friends in real life. But there's other opportunities for that, and I can wait for those opportunities. You just have to be a little more patient. So it was a good day overall. And I hope everyone is doing well, and I'll catch you later.